Thanks for checking out the Printworks video blog. Today's lesson is going to be on PMS or spot color printing. A lot of people don't even understand what exactly that means, and a lot of graphic designers don't understand what a spot color is these days. They come out of school mostly learning about web design. So today I will be printing a business card on a custom stock with a custom color, custom finishing. So this is the kind of stuff that Printworks specializes in, and I'll be showing you all the steps from beginning to finish. Okay, so PMS colors, the PMS stands for Pantone Matching System, and this is a PMS book. There's a lot of them out there. They do a lot of different things. Printworks being specializing in spot color or PMS printing, I use this one, which gives me formulas for mixing any type of colored ink that may be picked out by either the graphic designer or the customer. This particular job calls for PMS number 5743. And as you can see there, if it'll focus, it is a mix of colors, kind of like a recipe book. So it calls for yellow, reflex blue, and black in all different parts. In order to make that color, I need to get my reflex blue, process yellow, black, and I also use a scale to weigh it out in the correct proportions. Here's the press basically set up. It includes putting the green ink on the press, getting the plate done and hung on the press, the setup of the paper stock on the delivery, on the feed end, which includes setting all the side guides, the rear spring, setting the suckers for the size sheet that we're going to use. And today we're going to run a 4-up business card on a 5.5 by 8.5 sheet, and this is the stock we're going to use. It's called Classic Crest Duplex, 120-pound cover, and they call it duplex because it's a natural white on the back or front on one side, and another color they call sawgrass on the other side. And this was a stock picked out by the client. It's going to go well with this dark green ink. Kind of fits into those earth tone sort of things. And this is the setup process. Before we've even printed one sheet of paper through the press, it's probably taken 45 minutes to mix the ink, shoot the plate, get it hung, cut the paper, get the press ready to go. So it's takes a little bit of time to do this custom type of stuff. So we've run the front side on the lighter side of the stock, or the darker side, I'm sorry, the sawgrass side. So the front side is done. I've let it dry or set up for about an hour or so, and I'm getting ready to run the back side. So here's where the tricky part comes. I'm going to run a back side to this here. I need to make sure it lines up. We've got our plate hung already. We've got some setup in the press. And I'm going to run some sheets through. I got to have my ink keys set, their proper levels. I'm going to run some setup until we can get to the good stuff. So we checked for color, which the top color there, the dark green, is the one we were going after. It looks like we hit that pretty darn close. It's kind of a tricky card because there's some areas that don't have a lot of coverage. These big white areas here are going to carry more ink than these heavy coverage areas down below. So you really need to be consistent with your ink, do a lot of setup, make sure you set your keys in the right where you're adding more ink at the heavy areas and less ink in the lighter areas. And and we checked our position as far as lining up the crop marks between the front and the back. Those all hit pretty well. So that was an example of spot color printing. Completely customizable to your choices of color, stock, quantity, so on. It's also advantageous in that while I had that ink color on the press, I could have easily just printed some envelopes, some letterhead, anything else needed to be printed in that ink color while it was on there, saving you a little bit of money between ink wash-ups. So if you've got any further questions, you want to learn more about it, just go to my website. Thanks for watching.